Hello, everyone, and thank you for being on today. We just got back from our practice, our last practice of the year. So we played 37 games. We started in July because we went on a foreign tour this year. So it's been about a 10-month season, and we're very happy to be playing still, of course. And so today we had our one practice for Buffalo. Yesterday the entire day was spent traveling. Um, I think we will have played 3 games in 6 days and traveled 3,000 miles. So we have a resilient bunch. As far as the game, of course, we started our season with Buffalo. We started at Buffalo. I don't think we've ever played them before. I've never played them as a coach before, but it's kind of ironic that I'd never played them before. But this year we started our season and we're ending our season with Buffalo. But both teams have changed a lot since that time. We didn't know our identity back then, and we were kind of all over the place. So I'm sure they have changed a lot as well and found themselves. But they're a very good transition, put it on the floor and get to the rim team. Of course, they have one of the best scorers in the nation with Watson on their team, and so we're very aware of those things. We feel like that they respect our post play throughout the year. That's kind of been our bread and butter is going to the post, but since the new season has begun and the WNIT, we've gotten better and better from shooting from the perimeter. So we're very proud that we're a more complete team. So it should be a great battle. Both teams want to keep things up tempo a good bit. Both teams have their own weapons, and we're just again really blessed and proud to be in this game.
Yeah.
Chanda, Rosie Langelo at WSFA. How are you?
How are you, Rosie? Thank you.
I'm good. Just kind of take us through how was practice today. What did you do? And then secondly, just what does it mean to play for Troy in this championship game?
Mm-hmm. So practice today was good. We started it out with, just reminding them that for sure, this is our last practice of the year. Let's make sure it's the best practice of the year, and it was good. They were very, very dialed in. It's a blessing at this time of year that everything is so automatic. I mean, we were going through a shooting drill, and it was a full court shooting drill, and we didn't meet our goal, which we always set really high goals, and then we just kind of huddled and said, guys, we've been doing this for so many months now. Believe me, you know how to shoot these mid-range jumpers. Just get your mind on what we're doing and follow the form you've done for 10 months. That we've been doing it over and over. And they got in there. I think they broke a record for what we've ever had in the shooting drill. So just reminding them that this is what we do. This is ingrained in us, and let's just go do it. I thought that was a good lead in to the championship game. That just reminding them how well they know what we're doing. And as far as I mean, I would probably get choked up to really talk about what it means for us to represent Troy on a national stage in a national championship game for the WNIT. We always say we really, really, really want to be proper reflections of the institution we represent, the school we love, Troy. And I've said it from day one, the only proper way to represent Troy is winning championships. The only proper way, I think, because of how highly we regard our school and our administration. So it means a lot. We feel like the people back home are really proud of us. We really, really wanted to get back home and play in front of them again. But they have kept us very encouraged with things like the Baumhauer's watch parties and lots of watch parties. We get lots of messages from people back in Troy, and not just back in Troy, but Trojans everywhere are reaching out to us. And every bit of encouragement we get lifts our spirits and reminds us what a tremendous opportunity we have to make them all proud.
Hey, Coach, this is Neela Cole with Trojan Vision News. I want to say congratulations to you as well as the team. You guys have been making history. And with that being said, obviously that comes with a lot of pressure. So I want to know, what are the conversations that are being had with the team in the locker room, on the court, or just on a daily basis to handle this pressure as they're going into tomorrow night's matchup?
This afternoon, we're going to have a couple hours to rest, and I hope the pressure doesn't hit them now, but they haven't had time to think about pressure, honestly, because we've had so much adversity. So I can't even begin to tell you the adversity we've had on this trip. Everything from we 20 minutes before we had to leave to go to our last game, the players were all in their rooms going through their pregame rituals. Some of them take showers, some of them take a nap. We had to go beat on all their doors and get them down to the first floor of the hotel and huddle them in the bathroom because a tornado had touched down right by our hotel. So from that to, we drove through the night, one night to get to a game, and then had to be up the next morning and drive another 10 hours, 7 hours the next day to, last night we had a flight, but a lot of our luggage still hasn't gotten here. So we have people out right now trying to find Dick's Sporting Goods or somewhere to buy shoes because they told us our luggage would be here at 1:30 today. We went back to get it. Luggage is, nowhere to be found. So I could just go on and on, but honestly, we haven't had time to think about pressure yet because we've been thinking about getting through kind of adverse situations. So it's all got to be handled. It's all doable. It's all figure outable. If the nerve bugs start hitting us, we'll have to rely on some of the things we rely on to get through that. But we really want to win. We fought through a lot, and we're really proud to be here.
Hey, Coach. Hey, Coach. Lindsay Bonner from WAKA in Montgomery. First off, congratulations. And I remember you talking at the beginning of the season, the upperclassmen, you allowed them to kind of bring a tagline to the locker room that they wanted to lead. How have you seen those be shown throughout the season to help you guys get here?
Yeah, so we did. Thank you for remembering that. So we only had a few players from last year's team return, and they all chose a word that they wanted to implement on the team this year, and they were responsible for leading that word throughout the year. They, along with Coach Graff, made a really nice graphic in our locker room so we could see it every day, like a puzzle piece. Each one was a puzzle piece, and one of the words was family. And, of course, when you've been through all of this and you're still playing, and as much as emphasis we put on coming together as a family, I would definitely say that on a scale from 1 to 10, that we're right there close to a 10 in that area. And, another one was respect, and the way that we taught each other respect. And that's been a hard one this year because we get in a lot of heated situations and striving to be great. And we're together so much on the buses and planes, and I've never been more together with a team than I have this year. It's just been a lot, whether it was trips to Alaska, whether it's our trip to Costa Rica. I mean, we've spent days and weeks together. And on this trip, again, we packed for 3 or 4 days, and it'll be about 8 days till we get home, and we're washing clothes together and things like that. But one of them was family, one of them was respect, and we had, of course, Shalana Wagner leads the word dog, DAWG. And I'm glad she did, because that's what it's going to take to put us over the top. When I said we started the year at Buffalo and we're ending at Buffalo, that first game we lost to them. So to go through all of this, and they've had all of these games at home in their home gym. They've been sleeping in their own bed. Their coaches were, doing their game plan, I'm sure yesterday in the comfort of their offices or homes. And we were, like this much on a little bitty bus ride, trying to watch film and do game plans. And so you got to be a dog to get through that. We got players coming up and sitting beside us on the bus that we're actually doing the game plan with them in that setting or on the plane ride. And so it's kind of fun. It's like, throw something else at us, let it roll off our back, because we're going to bring this championship back to Troy.
Hey, Coach, it's Josh, the Troy Messenger. You talked about that Alaska trip. I think at the beginning of the year, you guys had something like 8, 9 straight road games, and that Alaska trip being one of them. Do you feel like that kind of helped you guys prepare for this long road trip during the WNIT?
Well, now that you mention it, yes, for sure. I mean, that was the longest stretch to never have a home game. And so, God works in mysterious ways, and he's prepared us for things that he knew what he was doing when we didn't realize what was going on. I think I posted something yesterday on social media. Some of y'all saw it, that I really felt like this year, there was a time several months ago, when I felt like I needed to quit saying the word conference championship and replace that narrative with national championship. And, again, for a while, there's people laughing at you, and I understand why, because it's Power Four world in the NCAA tournament, right? But who would have thought we would have gotten here and had the opportunity to, at this level right now, the WNIT, to compete for a national championship? So yeah, that definitely prepared us looking back. And I mean, just the wash schedule, just having to come down here and use one washing machine. Each person, we need to be on a schedule so they can go get their clothes washed and their undergarments washed and all that stuff. I mean, that we are reverting back to things we learned on those long trips.
Your message for them at the beginning of this tournament was be the masters of second chances. How do you feel like they embrace that?
This is an incredible life lesson that we are living through this WNIT tournament. Such a powerful lesson to learn that when you don't get what you want the first time, you don't get that job you don't get the first one you applied for, or things don't work out the first time, that we really believe through this tournament, we have become masters of second chances. And that's where a lot of the opportunities in our lives come from. It's not on the first chance, but it's getting back up and fighting for that second or third or fourth chance. And if you want to, Brianna Jackson texted me yesterday. She said about being masters of second chances. She was talking about what it meant to her to take this lesson forward in her life and always be looking to make the most of those second chances. And she said, if Coach Rigby, if what you were saying wasn't enough, she said, look what we've done. We had to play through 2 overtimes even. We had to have a second chance in overtime and make the most of it, or we wouldn't get to advance to the next one. It seems like everything we're doing through this tournament, it is reiterating and putting exclamation points on, we really are become masters of second chances. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud that this experience through Troy University has afforded these young women to live that out and understand that they can have a confidence in always being great at that.